Hey everybody, Glock Certified here. Today I'm going to do a video on how to disassemble the slide and clean it. Only materials we need for this is a 1/16 punch. That'll work just fine, or a very small screwdriver. Some Q-tips is what I use, and a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Mine's already very clean, so I'm not going to go through using the rubbing alcohol. First things first, I'm going to be doing this on my Glock 23, but it should be the same for all Glocks. Do a safety check, remove the magazine, nothing in the chamber, no magazine, release the slide, dry fire it in a safe position, cup the back of the gun like so, get your fingers on your slide release, pull the slide back, pull the slide release down, let it go forward, remove your guide rod spring, remove your barrel, these are going to be the things we're going to be taking out of it today. The striker, which is down in the striker channel, the striker block, and the extractor plunger, which sits behind it. First thing we need to do is take the striker and pull it back till it clicks. Takes a little bit of tension off of it, gives you more room. I don't know if you can see in there, but in between that part that protrudes and the actual frame is a piece of the striker that's plastic, the black cup. You need to take tension off of that in order to remove this back plate. So you want to take your 1/16 punch and set it down in between this and this, and you want to turn your frame vertically like so, and you're going to want to push down, and you'll feel it spring back and forth, and that'll remove enough tension for you to take off this back plate. So I'm going to put it in between it. I'm going to press down. See the motion? It goes up and down. I'm going to set this down when I do this. And make sure you hold on to your back plate whenever you go to slide it off until you feel the striker and the plunger tension released. Otherwise it could fly out. So we're going to push down on the cup like so. Hold it. You're going to slide the back plate gently. Then you can let the tension off of that. Let go of that. Slide it out a little bit more. You heard it click. That means the tension is off of both of them. That was the second click. Now the tension is off of both of them. Now you can safely remove the back plate. Got your striker, your plunger. You can now just lift the striker up and out. Here it is. That's the part that protrudes on the bottom of the slide. This is obviously the part that ejects, that hits the shell and ignites it, ignites the primer. Set that down. Remove the plunger. Remember, the spring always goes out. We're going to press down on the striker block. I'm going to flip it over to drop the extractor out of it. Set it down. Same thing, flip it over. Striker block will fall out. Small piece of metal with a spring on it. And then what I do is I just get a Q-tip, and it's already clean, so I'm not going to go through using rubbing alcohol, but I would take my Q-tip, I would dip it in rubbing alcohol, run it along something to get the excess dripping off. Then I would just take my Q-tip and I would run it down along here in this channel, get around it, get down in it, all the way against the striker channel wall in the bottom. Get it cleaned real good. Come up over here, get it in there, twist it, just maneuver it any way you can to make sure that you get all surfaces and all walls. Flip it over to your extractor. It's hard to see, but there's two channels in there that you can get it into to clean it. You'll need to probably change out Q-tips frequently while you're doing this if your gun hasn't been cleaned in a while. Once it gets soiled enough, you want to use a new one so you're not just putting dirt back in it. Wipe it out real good. Always twist it in a one-way motion. Don't twist it in the other way, otherwise the Q-tip's going to start to unwind and you can leave cotton. Clean the channels out good. You can use more rubbing alcohol if needed when you're doing this. The plunger channel you can't get into with a Q-tip. You need like a real small pipe cleaner, which I don't have right now. It's hard to see, but right down in there where you see the light at the very bottom of this channel, that's where your striker pops out and hits the primer. That you want to make sure is as clean as possible. After you clean everything with alcohol, just repeat all this wiping with dry Q-tips. Make sure you get all the liquid, make sure you get all the alcohol out of there. Basically, you just want to clean it all and do all this wiping until you pull out a Q-tip that's still brand new looking. You want everything to look good and clean. You want to look through, make sure you didn't leave any fibers, any cotton anywhere. Then you can start the reassembly. First thing we're going to do, put the striker block back in it. Just falls in. We're going to depress it with our finger. We're going to flip it over. We're going to take our extractor. See the side that's raised up? That goes to the right. We're going to just drop our extractor in it. Then we're going to release the striker block. And then now that's in place, that holds it. We're going to reinsert the plunger. Remember the white tip out. And that's what comes in contact with the extractor as I pull it in and out. That goes there. We're going to take our striker, put it back in the striker channel. That's that. And in order to put the back plate back on, I'm going to have to press down and take the tension off of both of these items again, the striker and the plunger. To start the back plate, we're going to just press down on this. I'm going to set it down. We're going to press down from the front in order to just start the back plate on. It's hard to do with the camera here. Can't really see what I'm doing. Okay, now we got it started. I'm going to take my punch and I'm going to be pressing down onto the plunger with it. So that I can further slide on the back plate. And eventually it'll get up over it. It'll keep it down. I just continue to slide it. You heard it click. The back plate is now on. You can take your striker, or take your striker block, press it down, which will drop your striker out, and then you can take your thumb and pull it back. That means everything's functioning properly. Then all you have to do, put your barrel back in it, guide rod spring, put your slide back on, you heard it click, the striker hit. She's now fully reassembled, and that's how you clean your slide. Only things needed is a small punch or screwdriver, some Q-tips, and a little rubbing alcohol for cleaning purposes. This is Glock Certified, signing off.